the United States because Zoom somehow ended the meeting. I just want to add 3 points. First of all, when I was referring to D-Day, I was not referring to the Second World War as a whole. I was referring particularly to that day, which happened to be the 6th of June of the Gregorian year 1944. Because that was the day when in Normandy, too many people, too many Allied soldiers were killed by the Germans. Of course, later they were victorious. I need to add that some 2 million soldiers from the Indian subcontinent, in those days, of course, India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, all were one single country, India, joined the forces, 2 million of them, and many of them did not return, could not return home because they fell in the war, they died. And the third point, which is very important, to become a successful leader, we must learn to serve others. This is very clearly seen in the New Testament of the Bible, that Jesus Christ washes the feet of his disciples the night before his death. And he shows this. And every good leader should also learn to serve his people. Oliver Cromwell, one of the best leaders the world ever had, used to sign every single letter saying, "Your most humble servant." Oliver Cromwell, be for protection. But this is the important thing. Every successful leader has been one who learned to serve. And I believe Abraham Lincoln, the late President of the United States of America, was one of them. In our country, Mahatma Gandhi was another of them. Mother Teresa was another one. And no doubt Nelson Mandela was another one, 4 of whom I can remember at this very moment and recall by name and mention by name. All of them are great leaders because they learn to serve others. And that we need to do as teachers, as our fellow students, etc., etc., etc.
Okay, thank you. Joseph, yes. Our dear international leader, sorry, we were cut down in the middle of our call. Can you please talk the finish line?
The finish line? Which one?
Yeah, you were speaking to us.
Yeah, I was cut off. So,
yeah, sorry.
Well, and what he just said, we normally here in America, we have what we call in leadership and management, we use the unity of effort, so that everyone is moving in the same direction, same sheet of music, dancing to the same tune, the same song, and not going in opposite direction from what the mission is all about. So that's what we call the principle of leadership in unity of effort. Same movement, same objective, same direction. The holistic approach is normally used at the university where I teach. Holistic approach training is actually free of cost to students in time of stress, such as this. They get it for free online. They can sign up and do it. Don't cost them anything. Also, the students who are online now, doing online classes, they have to complete, they must complete the COVID-19 training course. Once they complete it, they have to sign that the course has been completed. There's no tests of their cognitive skills or abilities to make sure they grasp the material. They just have to sign that they have done it. They must do it before they can sign up for classes online. So those are some of the things we're doing holistically to keep our students from embarking into a stressful situation which will take them down into the dark abyss. You want to keep them enlightened and inspired and moving in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. Can we please connect Ritu Porna Banerjee? I have some question for you. That is question number 6 and 7. That is present scenario of this crisis? How do you view this present scenario in your country, India, and how far we are ready to deal with the next step that is upcoming or the present third wave in mind? What is the scenario in India, Rituparna Banerjee, and how your country is ready to face this third wave of pandemic stress?
Ooh, that is a tough one.
It is very tough question to answer. Yes.
Yes, women is more tough than the situation.
Permit me
Rituparna.
just to encourage her. Just permit me to encourage her, because I want to disclose a secret. Ritu Korner's late great grandfather from her maternal side, who also happens to be my late grandfather, served during the First World War, and that means we have soldier spirit in us. And therefore, I would ask now, I would address her directly as Ritu Korner. Please speak out and don't be afraid to speak out. That is the spirit of soldiers. We must go forward while carrying those who are left behind us on our shoulders. So go on.
Rituparna, please speak up.
Yes. So the second wave across India deemed us quite powerless, the whole of the country. I would not like to get into the political setup and everything else, but it is true that the second wave did affect my country and my people more than the first wave did.
True.
But I think this was a lesson for all of us,
Yes.
for the government, for the people, for those who are executing all the policies. And we are somehow mentally and emotionally better prepared to deal with the third wave. And the rest only time will tell. We cannot predict anything. And the only way is to pray and stay positive and keep our fingers crossed that the third wave does not impact us the way the second wave did, and that we have far better control over it than we did.
Okay. Okay, Rituparna, thanks a lot. Can we hear from Neha and Divyani from India, the same question? As a student point of view, what do you think that how we are managed and how we are really prepared to face this third wave? And what is your point of view as a student, as a future leader, how you are ready to face it?
Yes, we pray that third wave should not come, because as we have seen that second wave caused a loss of life in many countries, not only India. Because in the month of May, it was a tough for all that every day the cases was 3 lakh more, 3,85,000 something. It was crossing more than 4 lakh. So it was causing a loss of death or loss of life in a people. Many loved ones was dying on the street. Many things was happening. So as our government has planned some certain rules and regulations, so I will suggest our citizens to follow that, because it is not a silly things that you ignore it. It is a very big issue. If we have followed at the starting age, starting when the COVID was started, if we follow that, then this situation is not occurred on me. But this people take this very lightly. Due to them, due to the wrong of people's, this causes a high that. But I'm really grateful by hearing the news that all the countries are getting together, helping each other, supplying oxygens, helping in many fund issues. So that causes a many relief to the countries, which many countries don't have oxygen supply. So many other countries are helping them. And more is that under 18 vaccine are not issued. As students, our vaccines are not issued. Above 18 are issued, but people are not taking that also. They are also wasted that vaccine also. Many vaccines was wasted on when they were sealed and all things. But I
Okay.
request the people, please take the vaccines on time, because government are making these plans for you only, because they don't want to lose the peoples on the countries, because they are not doing for themselves, they are doing for the citizens of the countries. And the more thing is, under 18 is now also they have, now on the second waves it is a high risk for children. So my
Right.
request to the children is, please stay at home, please listen to your guardians, your parents, your teachers, your government, which are giving you a day-to-day means what we should follow. And wear mask, stay safe at home, do same exercise, keep your mind cool and calm, please be motivated. Thank you.
Lot of advices from Divyani. Neha, what do you like to add with our Divyani?
Yes,
Neha.
yes. As we have already dealt with the first and second wave of COVID-19, so we are prepared for that, and we think it will not come. As our government has planned some certain rules and regulation of COVID-19, as number of COVID-19 cases and tested positive rates are shown. Thank you.
Okay. So Ashutosh, the little brother from India, Ashutosh, what is your view? Are we ready and prepared to face the third wave, and how your country India is ready to face it? We know that the destructive situation in India during this pandemic situation, and how is your present view of the moment as a future leader? How you like to rate it and view it? Ashutosh.
Yes, in India, we all are means, ready for third wave, but it shouldn't come because the children vaccine is not yet come, and it's a high risk for children on third wave. In first and second wave, we heard that many children lost their parents. So there should not be third wave because it will be more dangerous than first and second wave. So
Right.
we wish that first and third wave should not come.
Okay, thank you. Shagun Singh from Nepal, who is staying in India. Shagun, what is your point of view regarding the first and second that we have dealt already in India? As you know, the destructive situation, the pandemic stress, all we had. Shagun, what is your point of view? How Nepal and India is ready to deal with these physical challenges, the oxygen preparatory and the health situation? The health ministry is ready to face the third wave. What do you think, Shagun?
Well, ever since the resurgence of COVID-19 and as second wave, an increase in mortality rate even more than the first one, everyone is concerned about the possibility of third wave, and it is being even more devastating, and it is being even more people are people are
Yeah, carry on, no problem.
they're like
Shagun.
they're like feared, and then what plan we have made is like vaccination should be done. Having I would suggest my people, like the people whom I know, to take vaccination, and then after follow up with the government rules and regulation what they are telling, and then we should be spreading awareness about this COVID-19, and then we should tell them about symptoms and prevention and cure. The people who are living in rural area are not like they have no ideas about this, and then we should mainly focus on them, because third wave maybe it will be more dangerous than first and second, it is said like that. And then we should follow up with the government rules and regulation, and vaccination should be done.
Okay, thank you, Shagun. My question now, it is number 8 to our, I will come to Moloy sir, but first of all, I would like to listen from Joseph, international leader, and our dearest brother for the question number 8, psychological and emotional, physical barrier challenges. We have faced a lot of difficulties. What is your point of view, dearest international leader Joseph from America? Can you please tell us, share your point of view, the solution and guidance? psychological, physical, emotional barrier, how we can deal with this?
One thing that, thank you for the question. That's a great question though. One thing that all leaders in the world must come to the realization of is that we now have a mind, body, and soul connection. They're not separate like people used to believe. We have to treat all three as one entity, not separate. That's the holistic approach and the psychological approach to treat individual, to make sure they are holistically treated in all ways and that they resume 100% cognitive functionability to cope with whatever situation you're facing. We have found that we are in a state of the world in this emerging era of a scientific and technological era or highway. We must deal with constant changes as they come along. We cannot accept any tunnel vision approach from any leader where they are dissecting things and dealing with just a section of it and not the whole. Doesn't work like that, especially in this era of technology. Every day to us, especially in America, is a new experience. And once those experiences are documented and proven, we automatically incorporate it into our functionability for improvement. I found that I was teaching at one campus, and one day they closed down the campus and they moved us to a new campus. Well, there's a problem. The classrooms were different, okay? Each desk at that new campus classroom had a built-in computer inside the desk. So students don't have to use laptops anymore or anything of that nature. It took time for the students to learn the new process of that operation. The powers to be at the university decided that was the best approach, and without even consulting the students. However, fortunately, it all worked out okay in the end, and they figured that that was a time-saving method. We must give each student in a teaching environment a class syllabus. This has been one of my main pet peeves. You have to give the student in class, any class, a class syllabus for the entire semester. The class syllabus must cover the chapter of the text to be covered in class, quizzes to be given, the dates to be given, how long it's going to be, and the examination dates, and how long the examination is going to be. The teacher should discuss each page of the syllabus with the student and get the student's signature that the student understood the syllabus and what the content of the class will be. That reduces stress and anxiety on each student in the class because now they know, can't say they didn't know. One of the things that's been one of my foremost activity is I'm always curious as to why a student miss a class. Usually the faculty or the university gives 3 excuse absence to a student before the faculty initiated a student drop. You must get 3 excuse absence from the faculty. If you did not, and you miss 3 classes, they'll automatically drop you from the class. My thing is, teachers should not just arbitrarily drop a student from the class without prior knowledge as to why the student has missed the class. One of the things I've found here is that when you do that, that leads to the student filing an appeal. And it turns out to be bad news for the school and for the faculty regarding insensitivity and possibly discrimination claim against this teacher for lack of effective, and the department and university for lack of effective and efficient supervision of the faculty member. One of the things I found with several of our students. When I speak to them, why weren't you in class last week? I'm finding out they are going with their parents to fill out job applications so the parent could get a job and make some cash. A lot of these students are from non-English speaking country. So their parents don't know how to read a job application, fill it out. So we find the student goes with the parent and complete job application. The parent then winds up getting the job. My thing to the employers is that not because the applicant does not speak English doesn't mean you should not hire the person. A lot of individuals have transferring skills from their country where they have worked, which supersede the skills of individuals who are currently working. And so then you should hire that person, put the person in the workforce, and have the person to continue to improve and to better the organization for everyone. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question, Joseph, our
Yes.
international leader and brother. Are you happy with the American initiatives and preparation that was taken by the government, the leaders? Are you happy with the preparation side of America, or you think that there should be more of something?
Regarding
your
COVID-19.
view? Yeah. Of course, the COVID-19 view, the preparation.
I
Yes,
think
first
that
wave, second wave, and third wave is coming. So what is your view that is America really ready and was prepared enough to face this?
well, one of the things I can tell you about America is that we do not anticipate a second or third or fourth wave. We have effectively dealt with the first wave, and we have documented technical and logical approaches to that we have turned into standard operation procedures to handle anything else coming in the future. One of the things I do not like about the operation in America is that individuals who are in the suburban or rural areas are not getting the appropriate treatment they're supposed to get. There's been a big focus in the urban areas where there are masses of people because those individuals can be easily vaccinated than individuals in a shorter period of time more rapidly than individuals in urban areas. That's one of the problems that we have to deal with and resolve here. The next problem is individuals who may have a religious preference to the vaccine. Their belief is in God, that God will cure the vaccine, and so they don't need the injections. We have now individuals who are speaking with those people and presenting the facts to them that medical care will heal their problems, as it has done with other ailments and illnesses they have had over the years. The next issue regards individuals without transportation. We have to get to them. So America must meet these people where they are. You can't wait for them to come. You have to go out and find them and vaccinate them. When it comes to the census, we go everywhere. We don't wait for people to come to us when we do the census. We go and find them. So they need to utilize the same concept, same principles, same method of operation to go and find these people wherever they are and get them vaccinated so they can prolong their life also. Those are three things that I have an objection to.
Okay, thank you. Miss Hayat from Tunisia has joined, and Joseph of America. Please meet our sister, Miss Hayat from Tunisia. She is your big fan, and she was waiting maybe for her entire life to meet you.
Oh,
Hayat.
thank you.
Hayat, how are you today? Sister from Tunisia.
Hi, dear sister Monira. Hi, Mr. Dr. Professor, and great writer, Dr. Joseph Spencer, Dr. Malai, Dr. Rupana,
I just want to
Bani,
say I do
all of you. I'm really
that
happy,
I'm a doctor.
very,
Never.
very happy to meet you and to join you
Okay.
today. Excuse me, I'm a little bit late since I have many, I have had some things to do, some actions, and now I'm with you. Really,
No problem. Hayat, I have a question. We have heard from people of India. We have heard from America. We have heard of Nepal. Now I want to know about the situation in Tunisia, that how your government, how your health ministry is ready to face the pandemic next step, that is third wave, and how are you happy with everything, the preparation was taken by the government and everybody? How about the situation, educational situation, your students, as you are a teacher, you are a poet and international personality, how do you view that? What should be the preparation side? We can take more actions to prevent this pandemic stress. Hayat, can you tell us about the situation in Tunisia?
the situation is, I think it's solvable. They are making what we can to solve problems. Ministry of welfare of health ministry is doing a vaccination, and
Okay.
we are starting with especially with the doctors and all the staff, medical staff, and then now they are vaccinating the education staff, teachers, and we are taking measures, distanciation in classrooms, making people aware of that pandemic, trying to solve every difficult situation. It's not really easy since it's in relation with vaccines from abroad, etc. Donc, I think there's too many things to do, but we are trying. Everyone is trying to do that, and in literature, writers and poets are writing so many books. I know a writer that who writes a book is how Mr. COVID, how Mrs. COVID speaks in all languages. It's a great book where the writer speaks about this pandemic situation, and he gives her the name of Mrs. COVID. Wait.
Thank you.
Also,
yeah.
We are trying to do our best.
Okay. Thanks, dearest sister and educator and poet, Miss Hayat from Tunisia. And we will go for a poetry session also after some time. Just maybe after 10 minutes, we will have a break. And after that, we will connect again. But right now, I want to know what is the solution point of view, the preparation point of view. And I want to know from our international leader Joseph of America. I have a question, that what is your international message to our students, our teachers, how they can be more proactive, motivated? Joseph.
Yes. Thank you. One of the things that we all should realize is that Each country is different in terms of culture, perception, abilities, getting things done, leadership, technology processing, and one must be ready to grasp and implement those technological changes and the information highway, the World Wide Web, scientific highway. We now have computers and cell phones where we can ask the question and receive an answer, or we can go to our keyboard and with our fingertips moving, we can unravel the mysteries of the world in a few seconds. So we must be prepared to use that knowledge in the best way possible for our constituencies, our students, and everyone, so they may realize and grasp what's going on to level the playing field so everyone can participate in the same process and achieve what's there to be achieved. One of the things I've stressed to my university faculty colleagues is that we should take a professional position in this, in assisting others, providing assistance to them so they become familiar, and we should develop a standard operating procedure and pass those procedures out to individuals so they understand what's going on. Everyone knows the right process on the same sheet of music. We cannot afford to have individuals in our industry, corporations, or school to flunk or to fail out because of improper leadership and guidance. That's a reflection on the leadership of the country and poor performance in terms of quality approach to get individual on the right track. One of the issues from that, result from that, is the legal theory of malfeasance and negligence by not providing the proper help. If we know it and we don't do it, and it results in injury or something of that nature, it will result in legal action resulting from malfeasance and negligence. You know what you're supposed to do, and you didn't do it because you did not care. And so I wish each individual in each country around the world to develop physically, mentally, psychologically, and holistically when they go from place to place where they train individuals. If they can do it free of cost, they should. Money should not be our ultimate goal and perception. Some people give up their health for wealth, and that's the wrong approach. We should teach health over wealth. If you don't have health, you're not going to make any wealth. And so if you can afford to do it, you do it. There are available resources for everyone to achieve what they want free of cost. You don't have to sit around and wait for a package to fall into your lap. It does not work that way. Individuals must take the initiative and be in a foremost position to develop what they can and do what they can to make things work. Teachers, though, and leaders must be open to their students and constituents and not be guarded from them. They must give them the credit that's due. Don't feel slighted because a student in your class has some more knowledge than you do in a particular area. So you try to bash the student, don't give the student the right credentials. Same thing with leaders. Leaders should be happy that individuals around them are knowledgeable, more so than they are. And they should keep those individuals around them to provide them with the proper guidance. They should motivate those individuals to produce. And we have individuals with functional expertise. Not all leaders have knowledge in every area. Not all teachers or professors have knowledge in every area. And so when we find a functional expert in our midst, we should motivate that individual, encourage that individual, give that individual the credentials they're seeking so they can go ahead and be a light that shine in our workforce and in our society. Don't go with individuals' thoughts when they say that you can't do that. Now, don't believe it. I'll give you a good example. I was applying, I wanted to get into a college, the most prominent college here in Milwaukee, and individuals say, well, that's a tough college to get into. I've been trying for years and I can't get in there. So one day, I just happened to walk in the university and I walked right into the business department and the door was open. I knocked on the door. The fella was on the phone. He said, 1 minute. I stood there and waited. He said, come in, have a seat. He said, how can I help you? I said, oh, great. I would like to teach here. He said, really? He said, what's your degree? I said, well, I have, my degrees are in business management. I said, really? I said, yeah, this is business department. Am I in the right place? He said, yes. We talked for around an hour. And he said, I want you to come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock, bring your resume with you, and we'll find you a position. I have several. So when individuals tell you you can't do that, don't believe it. We all have different tracks to walk on. We all have different hindsight. We all have different foresight. We all have different insight. We all have different beliefs and personalities, and we must use those to the best of our ability. So don't let anyone tell you you can't do that. You believe in yourself and get it done. Thank you.
Great, great, bravo, bravo. A huge round of applause for our dearest international leader. Can you please put your hands together for expressing our joy and bravery speech, international leader Joseph. I am very much thankful to you. So right at the, Hayat is very happy. I can see that. She is overjoyed and overwhelmed to hear my dearest brother Joseph. Okay, Hayat, thank you. And listen, I will connect our dearest international students and also ladies. As you can see, only ladies are there ruling this international conference today. So I am taking just a short break for 5 minutes to have 1 cup of coffee, just please, because after 5 minutes we'll be back. And Joseph, I want to hear your poetry. Hayat, I want to hear your poetry. And Rituparna, Neha, Divyani, Shagun, be ready with your poetry, please. The session will be for dedication in terms of literary art and literary work. Hayat, Joseph, Shagun, Neha, Divyani, Rituparna, I want to hear your poetry for the next session. Okay, I'm taking a short break. Thank you, Joseph. We love you all.
Thank you. Love you too. Namaste.
Hayat, you can express your love and respect. Bye bye. We'll be connecting soon.